everyone, my name is Joanne. I'm coming to you live from New York. I'm also known as hashtag Unicorn Boss. So as you're popping on live, go ahead and leave me some unicorn emojis below so that way I can see them and say hi to you. If you're catching me live, go ahead and leave me a number 1. And if you're catching me on the replay, go ahead and leave me number 2 so that way I can circle back around and connect with you. So I'm wishing you all a very happy Unicorn Monday. We always do Unicorn Mondays on my page here just to start off the work week a little bit happier, a little bit brighter. So hopefully you guys had a good time following along with me today. So if you're a brand new friend, go ahead and comment new below. And if you're catching me for the very first time, go ahead and leave me some rainbows below. Okay, you guys. So I am really, really excited. I've got something. Hopefully I won't fangirl out on you guys too hard right now. So I see a bunch of people popping online. Go ahead and say hi and let me know where you're coming in from. If you're catching me live, go ahead and leave me a number 1. And if you're catching me on the replay, go ahead and leave me a number 2. Okay, so let me get right into it, you guys. I have a special guest that's going to be joining me tonight. I am so excited. I'm so excited and full of gratitude to have her here with us tonight. So please share this video and go ahead and get it out to your friends and family. She's going to be providing a lot of value for us. And I want everyone to have the opportunity to hear her wisdom, to hear some of her love, and to hear some of her tips and tricks that you can add to both your personal life and your business life. And by the way, if you're a boss babe, go ahead and comment hashtag boss babe below. So, okay, let me see if I can go ahead and get her started. Let me see if I can add her in. Never done this before. Sending her the request.
Hey, what's
going
on?
There she is.
Super excited
so
to be on with you.
Welcome the famous Jessie Lee Ward to the video tonight. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
I'm excited.
So thank you so much for joining my feed tonight, Jessie Lee. I am so excited and full of so much gratitude to have you. So I have been looking forward to this so much. I'm a nervous wreck too.
You're amazing. Don't even worry about it. You have like the best energy in the world. I'm grateful to have you on the team. I know you know that, but I'll say it to you forever, ever. So I'm thankful for you, and I'm excited for this because meeting you was so fun down in Florida, and I'm just excited to get to know you even better.
Oh, yay, thank you. So yeah, I kind of want to start with a quick backstory, if that's okay. And then I'll go into, I've got a few questions for you set aside that I know people will love and will provide a lot of value. So as you guys are jumping online, don't forget to share the video. I want everyone to hear this, and make sure you give some love to Jessie Lee. Give her some hearts, give her some unicorns, some rainbows, some bombs, some fires.
Oh, geez, I like it. I like the variety.
So quick backstory I wanted to share real quick. So I first heard about Jessie Lee 2 years ago, and I was starting my very first business with a different company, actually, and was very unsuccessful. So wanted to pause right there and say that, you know, at that time in my life, I used to watch these women going online and going live, or watching them on Instagram or maybe YouTube, you know, whatever it is that you're into. I used to watch them and think, gosh, wow, I wish I could do that. I just was like so enamored with that opportunity. I'd be like, God, she is so cool, or she is so confident, or wow, look at her, look what she does. And I just would think, man, I wish I could be like that. So if you guys can relate at all, please hit me up with some hearts below. But yeah, I just want you to know that, you know, I was the geeky introverted type that couldn't talk to anybody and played video games all day. So if I can sit here and do this, and I have the opportunity to change my life for the better, and just my life is so full of blessings now, and I just love everything about my life. I just want you guys to know that you can do this too. And I want you to know that there are so many great opportunities for abundance, for happiness, for all of the things that's just sitting there waiting for you if you would just take that leap of faith. So, okay, so 2 years ago, I took the leap of faith and I started my very first online business, and it was not going well. I was not making any money, and I was killing myself working, you know, an additional 30 to 40 hours a week doing all of the things. I had a tough upline, and they weren't very available. They were very judgmental, and, you know, I was lucky if I was selling $500 a month. And for those of you that are MLM, you know, party plan, network marketing, any of those things, you know, $500 isn't going to cut it. You're not making any money. I wasn't making money. I was losing money, and I was desperate. So at the time, my mentor said to me, you know, you need to look up Jessie Lee Ward because she's the queen of network marketing. And I was like, who is this person? So let me look her up. Let me go onto the Facebook and see what she's all about. So my very first time seeing you, Jessie, I was like, whew, didn't know what to think, because you are loud and proud and strong and all of the amazing things. And it was like a lot for me to handle. And I hadn't quite, I hadn't quite developed myself enough yet to be able to appreciate that almost. But I kept watching and I kept watching, and I was captivated. There was something magnetic, and the more I got to know you and the more I learned of, you know, your integrity, your passion, your zest for life, your love and commitment to your team, I was just like, by the time I was getting close to the end of that second year, I was like, gosh, I really want to join her team. Like, what does it take to do what she does? So lo and behold, here we are. And last month, I just had my biggest month in network marketing.
Yeah,
and I sold thousands. So yeah, really excited. So that's my backstory. So really excited to have you here and to be able to share you with the rest of the world. It is just such an honor. So
I love it. Well, thank you.
So my first question. Thanks. So my first question for you is, this is more business orientated, but you can always apply this to your personal life as well. Okay. So for somebody brand new, and if you're a boss babe, go ahead and comment boss babe below. But I know for me, when I was brand new, I was really struggling with the whole idea of a brand. Branding myself, you know, we always talk about when you're building a business, how important it is to have that special sauce, that secret mojo, whatever it is that's going to help you stand out and be special, be what you really are. And we see a lot of people out there in network marketing right now, and they're just copying everyone. You know, you have somebody who's really at the top and they're really successful, and then you have a bunch of people just like, what do they call that? The lemmings. They're just like falling off the hill, just following blindly. And it just looks so fake. So I know you talk about authenticity all the time and how important it is to be your true authentic self. So for maybe somebody that's brand new and they're just dabbling in the business, what are some quick things that they can do, maybe questions they can ask themselves to kind of help develop their brand?
Sure. So first of all, what's going on, Jen Wong from Singapore? You're killing it. Super proud of you. I think this is my first time I've ever seen her on one of my lives. So fired up for her. She's one of those, I'm telling you, man, our Asian team worked the weekend. That's all I got to say about that. So yeah, brand in general, I think it gets overcomplicated. I think a lot of people think that brand is like something they need to spend like months or years or whatever trying to determine what it's going to be. And my only kind of big tip with that is, you know, you did spend months and years determining what your brand is. It's called your life. So if you would just live your life authentically the way that works best for you and serves you from your heart place, you're going to see that everyone, like, okay, look, part of my brand is obviously dog mom. Okay, like specifically a rescue dog mom, right? Like, love my kids. They're the jam. The unicorn hair, you know, like, obviously I'm not naturally blonde. I have black eyebrows. Like, you know, always changing that. It just feels, you know, I enjoy it. It makes me smile, right? Me being loud and out there in public speaking is part of my brand because it feels authentic to me. Like, I don't feel like I'm being, you know, whatever, inauthentic. The makeup, you know, part of my brand, obviously. It's a skill of mine. It's a hobby of mine. It's a talent of mine. It's part of my brand. So when you're getting started out, just, sorry for the tail, it's so much of just do that. Just do more of what serves you. Do more of what makes you feel happy. Put more of you out there. I think so many people freak out like, oh my gosh, everybody's going to be a pedophile on Facebook. I can't possibly show my life. Like, dude, there's filters. There's Facebook lists if you really don't want to show your kids, you know, but like, people do business with people they know, people they like, people they trust. And so if you don't have any kind of value out there that makes people, you know, entertained or happy or feel connected to you, it's because they don't know who the heck you are. They don't know who you are, right? And you can't build a brand just through, you know, a private messenger. You got to really build the brand by showing people, you know, like you said, I'm geeky and I'm introverted and I play video games. Dude, that's awesome. That's part of your brand. Like, I love your shirt, right? Like, that's part of your brand. And the more you share that, the fact of the matter is there's 8 billion people in the world. Like, not everybody's going to like #BossLee. Not everybody's going to like you, right? But there's enough nerdy video game, cute geeky girls out there who are looking for you, Joanne. But if you weren't to put that out there, if you were to try to portray yourself as, you know, as me, maybe as an example, it just wouldn't work. And so people wonder,
Yes.
like, well, why aren't people drawn to me? Well, are you being inauthentic to who you are? Because when you're authentic to who you are, it should flow freely. Like, the worst thing I see is when people are like, oh, I was posting all that stuff online. I just felt like I was working for the internet. I'm like, what? Like, I literally only post my life. So I'm not out there being like, oh, hold on, let's stage a shot. Hold on a minute. Like, I don't, like, no, it should be very authentic. It should flow freely from who you actually are. And that is a brand. And that is how you're going to build a business.
Definitely love that.
Yeah, right.
So true. People complicate branding way too much. I love the dog, by the way. Oh, kisses to the puppy.
Oh, we also have Wookie too, but keep talking.
Aw, so sweet.
I know. Sorry, I'm distracting everyone with my dogs. Okay.
It's okay. I'm a huge dog lover. So my next question is something that I actually am going through currently right now, and I'm sure a lot of people struggle with this. So I know you're a busy dog mom. You've got family life. You've got this, you know, outrageous business where you're mentoring people, developing, training. You've got customers that you're making sure have a fantastic and dynamic experience. How do you balance out the life? Like, how do you save a little bit of time for yourself?
Yeah, so it's interesting because I don't know if there's a such thing as balance. And I know this is something that continually gets debated amongst people. And it's ironic you asked this today because I heard a really interesting perspective that I think I really like. So I'm going to share this. It's not original to me. I was listening to a podcast and I wish I remember who it was so I could link you guys. But I listen to so much content all day that I don't know. But they were basically saying the way you achieve balance is by not being balanced but not being balanced in anything. Meaning the way he runs his life is he will work, let's say 10, 15 to 20 hour days in a row, which is like massive. You know, you're going to go into momentum if you're working 15 to 20 hour days. Like, he gets drained. He's exhausted. He's like a disaster. He looks haggard. He's not shaving properly. It's a man, obviously. Like, his face is all ragged. He hasn't had a haircut. Like, he's dirty. Like, he hardly sees his family. He's like, and then I'll take 3 days where it's straight up family. So he's saying, you know, yeah, I'll touch base here and there on my business, like whatever. He's like, but I'm not working the way I'm working when I'm working. So I thought that was really powerful because that's kind of like, so literally it inspired me. I listened to that at like 7 in the morning and I'm like, man, I'm out of whack right now. Like, I looked in the mirror and I said, my eyebrows need fixed, my lashes need fixed, my skin needs fixed, my hair needs fixed, my nails need fixed, my toes need fixed, I need a massage. Today it was straight up Jessie Lee. Like, did I work? Yes. Was I in the chats? Yes. Was I kind of chatting here and there? Yes. But I haven't tap rooted today, which is very weird for me. I haven't done my 50 customer touches, which is weird for me. I haven't been I haven't been home with my dogs, you know, doing my dog, which is like, wow. So it's almost like that was way out of balance. You would look at it like that. But I'm like, oh my gosh, now I'm like, dude, I look good. Like, it's not even up for debate. Like, I feel very fresh. Like, I got no makeup on, but I feel like I look good. My hair looks nice, which was a disaster in themselves. Nails look good. Hair, like, feet look good. I'm not going to show you because there's weirdos out there who like feet. But, like, everything is together. You know what I mean? And so sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes you got to go out of balance to come back into balance and whatever it is. But for me, it's like, so, you know, when people are like, you work so hard, I'm like, you're darn right. But, like, I love what I do. And if you don't love what you do, then stop doing it. Period. Like, if your job is not serving you, if your business isn't serving you, if your lifestyle is not serving you, you have one life. Change it, guys. Like, for me, I look back at this and obviously it's crazy termination and all this stuff. I'm like, God bless 8 months ago that we found this company, because I work, I sit, I mean, I literally sit sometimes for so long that my hips get thrown out of whack. Like, days on end, all I do is go from there to the gym really fast to bed, there to the gym really fast to bed, there, like a desk, you know, desk, gym, bed, desk, gym, bed, desk, gym, bed, like days on end. My hips get all creaky, but like, I love what I do. I love watching you guys get inspired. I love popping in your chat and like when silly stuff, like the Glow Up Tribe chat, right? Like, I love jumping up in there and seeing funny stuff going on. You're motivating each other and you're encouraging each other, and everyone's, I closed this, got this, sold this, 10-day this. Oh, I'm excited. Like, I love it. I feed off of it. I love when a customer goes, I swear I didn't think anything was going to get rid of my anxiety. Here I am, happy-go-lucky. Like, like Mara Cruz is on here right now. Like, she's all up in that chat. I love it. You know, like, I love what I do. I love selling. I love recruiting. I love changing people's lives. I love leadership. So does it exhaust me to build a multi-million-dollar business? You know what? Yeah, it's part of the human condition. But take that, which is out of balance, and then balance it with the days where you're like, I'm out of pocket today. And see if you can balance it like that. I'm not saying weeks out of pocket. I'm saying sometimes when you look in the mirror and you're like, you look so ugly, Jessie Lee. And you're a beautiful woman. You need to go to the spa. Take your happy butt to the spa and fix the situation, because it was not a good situation today, and we fixed it.
You're so crazy. You'd never have an ugly day, by the way, Jessie Lee, but I loved that, what you said. So good. Okay, so this is a fun question. So for those of you that follow me and you know me well, you know I'm into all the things that are magical. I love crystals and yoga and chakras, and I'm a little into the woo-woo. So I know Jessie Lee likes crystals too. So if you could be a crystal, which one would you be and why?
Okay, so this is I'm going to answer right away, like, which is how it always works, right? But so no one's ever asked me that, but you know, I love the woo-woo. Obviously, we all connected and whatever. So this is interesting, but it's because I've been gifted this crystal since I was a very little girl. So I have ugly days, trust me. Okay, I have. No. Yes, I do. People are commenting below. There's no ugly day. Oh, girl. Anyway, yeah, okay, thank you. That's called the Book of Lies, but that's okay. So amethyst. So ever since I was little, I've been gifted amethyst. My mom got me a big chunk of amethyst when I was probably, I don't know, 6. My Nana got me an even bigger one when I was probably 12. Amethyst necklaces, and it's one of the crystals I'm almost always drawn to. And I went to this really cool crystal shop in Vegas, which we've got to go to. Okay, we've got to go.
Yes,
it's
next
amazing.
year we're doing
it. You should follow it on You should follow them on Instagram. It's called Jewelry and Mineral, I think is what it's called. It's one of the biggest crystal shops in like the whole world. But they have like a whole amethyst room with the amethyst. They're like the geodes that are literally like taller than your wall. And I was like, word! So I don't know. I've just always been really drawn to it. So if I were a crystal, I would say that, just because, I don't know, like I feel like that, yeah, that would be the answer.
No, that's awesome. Amethyst was my first crystal too, and I've always been drawn to it. Such a great stone. So very cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so another good question for you. I've got 2 more. Next one is, I love to read. I'm a huge book nerd as well. So I know you love to read too, which is so cool. It was one of the reasons why I really connected with you. So what are some of your top books that you would recommend for personal growth?
So personal growth. Okay, good. At least you gave me like some kind of general subject. So it's interesting. Don't buy this if you're on the team and you're coming to Kentucky. That's all I'll say about it. But I actually contacted this woman's publisher. That's how good this book was.
Oh my gosh.
So
wow.
yeah, it's called Girl Wash Your Face. Have you heard of it?
Okay. I've heard of
that.
Dude,
it's phenomenal. Like, phenomenal. It's basically that we, especially as women, but men could read it too, we tell ourselves lies all the time, and we start to believe them. Like, oh, I'm not a good mom. Oh, I'm not a good business owner. Oh, you know, I'm not whatever. We lie to ourselves. And so the whole book is like, it's just amazing. It was, I mean, I tore through it. I haven't torn through a book like that. It's been a while. It really has. I read a lot, obviously, but it's been a while since I tore through a book like that. So that, like, great for mindset, great for believing in yourself, great for kind of up leveling, great for getting past some of your, you know, garbage from your past. Really loved it. And also I'm really into this book right now, but a lot of like self-reflection as well. Like there was a section where she's talking, I won't even like discuss it necessarily, but there was a section she's talking about the way certain people treat her or in her past. And I was like, I literally still do that. Like, but I didn't even realize it. Anyway, really good book, definitely highly recommend. This is another women's book, but I love #GirlBoss. So I remember reading that 5-6 years ago and being like, Sophia, you are amazing. I love Lean In. I think Lean In is another book that all women need to read. Secrets of Six-Figure Women is the book that changed my life more than any book ever. So I highly recommend that book. I mean, so good. So good. It's all about up leveling, right? Like you don't even realize you're probably under earning, but you are. I love all things Grant Cardone, so I recommend them a lot. I recommend Be Obsessed or Be Average is my favorite of his books. I know a lot of people love 10X. I do love 10X, but Be Obsessed or Be Average, like game changer. So big fan of that. I love, oh my gosh, I could probably go on and on and on. I love The Cell. It's a really good book. It's by Frederick Eklund. I love Straight Line Sales is a book I just finished that's really great. It's by Jordan Belfort. I love Relentless by Tim Grover. I love the book Grit. It's kind of basic, but like I love it in general. The word, like, is the word grit itself, right? Like, I'll just say something that if you're like this, I don't think it's gonna offend anybody, but I listened the other day, okay, or not the other day, the other hour actually to something when people are like, oh, pay for these people to go to events, like get your team there and pay for them, and I literally was listening to it and I'm like, under no circumstance, like no. Under no circumstance, like there's a few people I've paid for sure, like. I will no names because I don't want anybody to be embarrassed or anything, but like they were top leaders in our team. And so they need, but we had just transitioned and I've paid people's bills before and whatever, but I was like, you know what? Like, I think back to when I was really broke and was in business. And I think back to what I had to sacrifice personally to get to events. And I think about, had somebody given me the handout and said, here you go, let me spend the $800 for you. Let me pay for your plane ticket. Let me pay for your hotel. Let me pay for your transportation. Let me pay for your, your whatever, $500 ticket, whatever. Would I be who I am today? Or was it that I sucked it up? Was it that I sold stuff out of my house I didn't really want to get rid of, but like, what was more important? Was it because I made the actual sacrifice, put my own investment in, had a lot of grit about it, that I'm who I am? I think so. So yeah, the book is called Grit. So it's a really good book. I went down a little rabbit hole, surprise, surprise. But that's why I don't do that. I will never do it, because I think when you stretch yourself into uncomfortable positions, that's where real growth comes. So I don't know. I'm
Absolutely.
Rambling, but what else?
I love that so much. Thanks for suggesting all the amazing titles. Definitely hit her up with some hearts below. And I know for me, going to Epic in January was a huge sacrifice, and I didn't think I was going to make it. And I was like literally praying to the last second. I'm like, Jesse, if I make it, it's going to be a miracle. Dear Lord, here we go. And I was hustling and I was doing all the things, and like going to this trip at the end of May here to Louisville, like literally I manifested $500 to buy my plane ticket. And I was thinking about driving, and I was like, how am I going to do this? And I'm like pulling out maps and like wondering how this is going to happen. And I'm like the worst with directions. I'm like, oh,
you're never going to make it.
I'm not going to make it. I better leave like 4 days early. And then out of nowhere, I got the money for the plane ticket. So like, I would have never had that blessing if somebody was giving me a free ride, Yep. So definitely I agree with you. Awesome. So I got my very last question for you. So, and I can really, really relate to this. It speaks to my heart. And this can be both personal life and business. I can't stress that enough. For people out there that are feeling stuck right now, maybe they just really hate their life. They don't like where they are. Maybe they're stuck in their business and they're not selling anything. If somebody's feeling stuck, what's something that they can do to kind of wake themselves up and get out of that funk?
Sure. Really good question. Really good question. So first of all, I'll just say you are not a tree. So move, right? You're not stuck where you're planted. So I say that because I think a lot of people get really, they think they're being loyal. I actually just did a podcast on this, but you think you're being loyal, but you're really being loyal not to yourself. Like you're choosing external things to be loyal to, and you're not speaking to your own heart, which I think is important to kind of discuss first of all. But second of all, like choose to grow. Right. So even though I just said, don't be a tree and grow. but honestly, I think it's really important then to find a mentor. I think it's really important then to educate yourself. I think it's really important to learn, different skills. So something I heard once, and I just love it, is that, hard work works. Okay. So you can do two things. If you want to be more successful, if you're feeling stuck, you can work harder. But the other thing you can do is you can get better. Right. So a lot of the times we're stuck because we're actually getting paid at the dollar amount we are literally worth. Right. Like you're actually getting paid what you're worth right now. But you can increase that so quickly just by learning a few little skill sets. Like for those of you in sales, like you said, people who are struggling with sales, mastering 5 closes, not 500, just master 5. Right. 5. How much money you can make when you master 5 closes. Huge. Just one little skill set of closing. Then maybe you're great at closing, but you're really bad at prospecting. So mastering 5 prospecting scripts, right? What would that do for you? Would you get unstuck if you did that? And then I'll take it from the personal route, because you said that you could do it both ways. Like, you goes back to loyalty. You're loyal. You need to be loyal to you, period. If whoever you're around in your life is not serving you, you need to remember that you become the 6th person in your sphere of influence. So if you're around 5 negative people, you're going to be the 6th negative one. If you're around 5 broke people, you're going to be the 6th broke one. If you're around 5 really motivational, high vibing, really great energy, just super successful, motivating, like, oh, girl, people, who do you think is the 6th one, baby? It's going to be you. It's gonna be you, right? Because that's what happens, is we get influenced by our external by external energies, right? So if you're around low energy people, you better be like, whoa, beep beep, back it up. I think we got an energy vampire in the building. Let me back that up right now. Let me find some good people and get unstuck, right? And sometimes it's hard because people can mask themselves, or they can manipulate, or they can be kind of narcissistic, or they can kind of, really, manipulation is the perfect word. They maybe show themselves as being, supportive and, oh, let me help. They're really maybe actually like super jealous, like insecure, low self-esteem people that just latch onto people. Don't let those people latch onto you, man. Don't do it. You got to outgrow them. You got to stay away from those people. And you need to have that intuition where you're like, oh, everyone likes her, but something is telling me that, ooh, and just run, because that's going to get you stuck too. Because those kinds of people, you know this because you're into woo-woo, but those people can throw you so far backwards, like you don't know which way is up, and it happens fast, right? So I don't know. Again, rabbit hole, went down and rambled. But if you're feeling stuck, like, I would just remember, believe in yourself, right? You're exactly where you're supposed to be at all times, and you have the ability to change it. You have the choice to grow. You have the choice to change. You have the choice to better your life. You have the choice to better the people around you. And so I would take all that positive energy in that world, and I would just throw it back at as many people as possible, because I think all of us are gifts. I think all of us have our own gifts. I think all of us have our own superpowers, right? And I think all of us have a lot of good to bring to the world. And I wholeheartedly believe that, right? I'm not perfect at anything, and I'm bad at a lot, but there are some things that I'm certainly blessed with. And so just God-given talents, God-given gifts. And so latch onto those and grow in that heart space. And I think you'll find yourself having a lot more success than maybe you currently are.
Woo! Boy, you guys, that was deep. That made my heart pitter patter. That was really, really good, Jessie. So give her some fires below, some hearts. You guys, show her all the love. Thank you so, so much for joining us tonight. I know this was like huge. I know this definitely helped change some lives for sure. So I'm so grateful to have you on, and thank you so much for all that you do for us. And send some kisses to the puppies.
Oh, well, I love and appreciate you so much. Thank you for showing up to everything. For those of you who don't know, Joanne actually won this because she's just someone who's very consistent. She's always showing up. Congrats on your biggest month ever. That's enormous, of course. But just, I'm grateful, right? I'm grateful to be able to lead you, to have the opportunity to do that, and to see how this product, this company, this team has changed your life. It sets my heart on fire. So I'm super proud of you. I'm the blessed one. I can't wait to love on you in a couple more weeks, because you are such a gift to not just me, but everyone that I know who has met you has had nothing but just glowing things to say about you, which is obviously no shock to me. But I can't wait to see where we grow together, and I can't wait to get to know you even more. You're amazing. So thanks so much for your time. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Jessie. Have a great night, you all. Thank you for joining us, and we'll chat with you again soon. Take care.